Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So today I thought I would come on and do a really quick haul. I picked up a couple of Tom Ford items that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started. Hopefully we can keep this video brief. So the first thing I picked up was a quad, an eyeshadow quad, and for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you know that my all-time favorite eyeshadow quad does happen to be from Tom Ford, and it's a very neutral quad called Cocoa Mirage. And I struggled with a lot of his other quads because there's so many, almost every one of them has one color that has chunky glitter in it and that kind of thing, which I don't wear that often. So when I saw this one, I knew I had to have it, and I really tried to resist for a long time, and I finally caved in. So I picked up the quad in number 13, Orchid Haze, which looks like this. Now, it's a beautiful quad. It doesn't have a bunch of mattes in it. It only has one matte in it, which is this dark plum color. But the other colors are much more of a satin formula than a lot of his other palettes. So I really like this. I am wearing this. This is what I have on my eyes today. And I've had this quad for about a week now, and I've played with it several times, and I actually really like it. So here's the colors. I'll swatch them for you. The first one is just a really pretty champagne color, creamy champagne color. And this, I would say, is probably the one with the most sheen to it. I will go ahead and swatch these on my hand for you guys. So there it is right there. You can see it's got quite a bit of a sheen to it, but I have this on the inner half of my lid today, and it goes on beautifully. There's no fallout, and it's really just a nice sort of sheen. It's a little more than a satin, I will say. So the next color is more of a brown tone, again with a sheen, but much more subtle. This one is, and this is beautiful. So that's like a nice soft brown. You could blend that all over your lid. Just, you know, put a little liner on and off you go. It's a really pretty color. I can see, it's almost like, yeah, it's brown. It's more in the brown family, I think. The next color is more of a mauve-y brown. And that's what that one looks like. And this one is much more matte when you buff it out. So this is what I actually have in my crease today. So it's sort of like a mauve-y color, but you can see it has a lot less sheen than these two. It's not matte, but I was very comfortable with it in my crease. As you buff it out, it gets less and less shiny. So I really like this one as well. And then the plum color, the dark plum color, is a matte. You can see it's got great pigmentation. I have this in my outer corner. I have it, and then I've lined my eye with it. It's just a super dark black plum color. And it's a matte, and I really like it. So this is a great palette, I think, for doing everyday looks or for going out, because you could put, you know, a couple of these. You could just put this on your lid for a wash of color, put some liner on, and off you go. You know, you can use the shinier one as an inner corner highlight. I don't get fallout from any of them. The matte one is a little bit powdery when you're working with it, I will say that, but just tap off your brush, it's fine. It blends beautifully. So I would say this is another really great quad from Tom Ford. Again, I'm not a fan of all of his quads, but this one is really nice. I thought it was like in the fall collection and it was limited edition, but I think it may have become permanent now because everyone has it. So beautiful quad. And I will say this about Tom Ford quads. People talk about how expensive they are, and they are expensive, but there's 4 really, if you look at it, full-size eyeshadows in this quad. Any other company that you buy an eyeshadow from, that's a full-size shadow. It's not a small shadow, and there is a lot of product in these. There is 10 grams of product in here, which is a lot of product. So I think, like, if you calculate the value, you know, per gram, it's actually a really fairly priced product, and I really like them. They're, you know, they're packaged beautifully. They are shiny, so they do get fingerprints all over them, but I love this. So this is a palette I know I will reach for all the time, so I'm excited to have it. And then I picked up just a couple of lipsticks from his latest collection, the ones in the white packaging. Now here's what I have to say about these. If you like a full coverage lipstick, these are not the product for you. These are like a lip shine, or you know, like a Rouge Coco Shine from Chanel. They're fairly sheer coverage. Now you can build up the color, so I am wearing on my lips the color Incorrigible in 08, and it does give me a lot of color, but this is probably 4 layers of it because it's very sheer. They're, you know, again, beautifully packaged in the white. I do like the white packaging. I think it's much more feminine than the brown ones, so I do love the packaging. His old lipstick was packaged, this is the original, I think, packaging for his lipstick. I really like the white packaging. So here's the color Incorrigible, which is just really a bright pink. But again, because they're so sheer, you know, there it is. But it's very sheer. And, you know, you can build it up. I'll build it up a little for you guys to get more color. But if you like a very opaque lipstick, these are not for you. And I will say it's a fairly slippery formula, but it has worn fairly well on my lips. I have to say that. It's not going anywhere, and it isn't, I don't have a liner on it, and it doesn't seem to be migrating. So that's a good sign. And I've had this on for probably, it's been maybe an hour and a half, so it's still got really good color for having it on for an hour and a half. Now I'm not eating anything, but you know, it's really beautiful. The color is really, really beautiful. They're very soft, I will say that. So see, I've used it a few times, and look at how, I just got this today, and I've only used it today, and see the TF is almost gone already. So they're much softer than his regular lipstick line, but I do love that color. You know me, I'm all about the bright pink right now. So that's one. And the other one I picked up is in the color Paradiso, 07 Paradiso, which this is much more of a peachy corally pink. It's really pretty. This one has pretty good color as well. It's just much more of a corally color, which again is really pretty in the springtime. So these are going to be great for spring, summer lipsticks, I think. They're a nice lightweight formula, but you know, I do want to tell people, you know, that the pigmentation is actually pretty good, but because the formula is very slippery and sheer, it's much more sheer than you would think when you put it on your lips. So they're very beautiful though. The packaging is beautiful. I'm keeping them both because I just think, you know, they're really, really pretty, and they're good colors for me to have. And I think a lightweight lipstick for me, when it's really hot outside, I prefer to wear a much lighter weight lipstick. So that's actually all I picked up from the Tom Ford line recently, but I did want to share it with you. So if you picked up anything, please feel free to share it with us below. I'm very curious to see which lipsticks people decided to pick up, because there were quite a few of them that were very, very beautiful. So that's it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.